Okay, once you've memorized these equations, there is one other thing that we might need to know potentially for our exams, um, and that's something to do with this equation here. And most common question will ask you to work out the pH of a weak acid, or something to do with weak acids. Now, this equation here, which I've got here, is kind of it's not super useful for us because there are four unknowns potentially. Okay, so there's Ka, there's the concentration of the weak acid, and there's H plus ion concentration and conjugate base. So ion concentration. So there's kind of four things. So the question would have to give us three different things for us to be able to work out the fourth one. And that's not super useful. The question won't normally give you so many different variables. Okay, but what we can do, if it's just a weak acid on its own, with a couple of assumptions, we can change this equation into this one. Okay, so all that we've done is got rid of this A minus concentration, and there's a square here instead. Now that is more useful as an equation potentially because there's only three unknowns here. So if the question gave you the weak acid concentration and it gave you the Ka of that weak acid, then you could work out the pH because there's two unknowns. You get given these two things, and then you could get H plus on its own by rearranging to this. You could get H plus on its own, and we know if we've got H plus ion concentration, we can use this equation here to get the pH. Okay, so when we're working out pH of a weak acid, if two assumptions are met, we can turn this into this, which is more useful to us. Now, sometimes you'll get a question to ask, what are the two assumptions that you make? Okay, and one of them is that to be able to do this, then H plus ion concentration and A minus concentration need to be exactly the same. Okay, so that's one assumption that you are making. And you're also making the assumption that the weak acid's concentration at equilibrium is the same as the initial one. Okay, so these are two assumptions that you have to make for this equation to work.